Good evening traders, it's Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with a weekly review of Aussie dollar and pound yen. So this week on the DXY we actually had a nice pullback to the 618 which did get respected, and it now looks as though we're moving higher. So the 618 was pulled back here, as you can see here, price moved up, then come down, put a nice higher low in. I know it closed a little below 93 last week, but last week just gone had a nice bullish engulfing candle, so that confirms the bullish sentiment for the dollar now for me again. And I feel there would be a next leg up now to actually try and challenge this the weekly 50 EMA and get up towards the 97-ish area. On the daily chart, that looked like this downward sloping trend line, which I did outline last week. I was expecting a little pullback, then a break back down again to 92. The 92 never actually happened, and obviously the dollar sentiment did move up to the upside. Obviously, notice as well how the dollar actually put in a nice bullish engulfing candle on the Friday as well there by the looks of it, so it's quite nice to see that. It is on the US dollar index, you see exactly the same thing again. You had a nice bullish candle on the Friday close. So for me personally, I think we're set up now for the next, at least the next quarter now. So the remainder of this quarter and the next quarter of bullish dollar moves we are. So how does that look on the Aussie dollar? Well, the first thing with Aussie dollar, I outlined last week that I was going to take it long up to 765. And if I show you how this trade planned out quite nicely, let's go to the 1 hour chart for that one. There you go, that's what we was looking for. So notice how price, it pulled up there, moved up there. It actually gapped down and tested it here. I got it around about this area here somewhere, but you actually had, just to give an example, 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests, respecting the 1 hour 50 EMA, testing the 618, and the 765L was just kissed beautifully, and then it did tumble down afterwards. The fall itself I didn't expect so much. I did expect the dollar to be a little bit more weak than that, but hey, it's the way it goes. I got in and out like I expected to, and it's exactly what we were looking for. So on the daily chart, what do we see now? Myself personally, I have a little problem. This run is overextended. It may still collapse, but the major thing here is this. This weekly chart here has closed for the first time really nice and strongly below this trend line. I know we've got a little close here with 3 little candles move back up again, but this close here is so severely lower. I do believe now this is the breakdown to the downside. So what's probably going to happen now is a nice test of 77, which is really nice over the next few weeks. Might be a bit messy. You can see here some of them might take 3 or 4 weeks. You get in something like that at all there, you would maybe a stop of 70 pips, and you can target the 70 area, because this will be the triangle here that break down to the downside. That's what I personally believe, and that could be a nice 9% trade for someone if you trade 1% risk. So for the moment this week, I can't buy nor sell this because it's overextended on one, and also the dollar looks quite bullish, so I'm not interested in this one. Pound yen, my concern of it being come down and come back up again. If you did take the trade, I say trade idea, I didn't like it at all, I thought it was rubbish. But if you did take the pullback and come back up, you would have just squeezed it out. But that's too much stress and risk for me personally. But we are in a zone at the moment. We've got double tops at 152, we've got double bottoms at 148, so this is just really now seeing what's going to happen with this actual trade here. There will be a mini double top there on the 1 hour chart. I haven't really gone into understanding this pair because again it hasn't really bothered me too much, but you can see even the 1 hour 50 EMA is now capping price again. And you come here, the 4 hour 50 EMA did actually get respected as well, like my concern was before. You couldn't take it short or long, because taking it long meant the risk to reward was rubbish, and taking it short, the risk was too great. So again, it's one of these things where you're going to have to see really what happens and go from there. If you want a bearish view on this, that'd be something like that. If it breaks down and comes back to test the 4 hour 50, or price comes down to this level here like that, and then pops back up to test this area here, that'd be a nice little short play down to maybe 148 again. But it's one of these things to wait and see it is. Now I will put in euro dollar again because we seem to be doing it all the time now. On euro dollar, I expected a pullback to 1.2. We never got that. But at the same time, this is almost like the Aussie dollar as well at the moment. I feel that this low test here is just a little tease for everyone. So you get the retail traders buying, but it's a Friday candle. I know it's on the 50 EMA, but this isn't a trending chart. This area here, this whole region, I'll show you what I mean by this whole region. This whole region here is not trending at all, guys. Okay, yeah, that there is not a trending market. That is just mess, really, in all fairness, creating some form of pattern. So what you want to do is really just not worry about the 50 MA too much. I know it got respected there, but it's just a one-off. In all fairness, as you can see, it's a one-off. Going forward, it does look like it's a bit more bearish and bullish, but I'd need a bit more confirmation than that. Dropping down to the intraday charts does give you some idea where it could go next. And personally myself, this zone here, this yellow zone, if we just go to, if I just put this in a bit more for people, there you go. So if we come up to test this zone again, you could say this area here would be a head and shoulder pattern. Let me show you what we're looking at here. So we've got the left shoulder here, that's your neckline. This is your head, it's a double head really, in all fairness. And then you go back up to there again roughly and come back down there. So I'm expecting a pullback to this area here. It does fit the 4-hour 50 Fibonacci levels. It does put a lower high in, and it would actually, ironically enough, confirm the double top, little mini double top pattern here as well. So there is potential there, but it's not the greatest in the world, and I wouldn't say it's going to be super long term, but there is some potential there. So for this week, they're the three I'm looking at the moment. There's not really much to look at on these three pairs, just because of where they are at the moment. Okay guys, take care. Any questions, drop us in the comment. Take care, mate. Bye.